In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. I am Mudassar Sahi Advocate, and you're watching our YouTube channel, Legal Issues. Today I'm going to tell you something about test tube baby. Legal status of legal status of test tube baby. First of all, I will explain what is test tube baby. One, normal processes, a male and female, sperm from male and egg from a female. After mating of male and female, egg and sperm that combines in the uterus of a female, and after fertilization, that is the initial process of growth of a baby. But against this process, there is an artificial, you can say a little artificial process, that's called in vitro fertilization, IVF, in vitro fertilization. What is in vitro fertilization? If we get sperm from a male, on the other hand, we take some egg from a female, and then after getting sperm and egg artificially, we combine these two into a tray and observe it deeply, that after combination, you can say it's artificial fertilization. Rather, in the uterus of a female, it is in a jar, in a pot, in a tray. Then we observe, is it successful fertilization and growth is carried on? If it is so, then you can say it is in vitro fertilization out of the uterus of a female. Then we transfer it, this fertilized embryo, we transfer it from a tray to the uterus of a female. That is in vitro fertilization. Why we need in vitro fertilization? In certain cases, there may be a disease, there may be some other urgency that a female cannot take this process of fertilization into the uterus directly. Then we adopt this method, in vitro fertilization. It is not a cheap method, and its success rate that is 40 to 50%. Of course, you may try again and again, but success rate normally that is 40 to 50%. And cost in Pakistan, that may cost 300,000 to 500,000 rupees. Anyhow, it is in vitro fertilization. The case I'm going to discuss, that is 2017 FSC page 78, that was published in PLE. In this case, a male, a husband and a wife, they decided to take on rent the uterus of a female. They were not able to produce a baby directly in the process of fertilization. They decided to take a third female, services of a third female, and ask her that please give us services to born our baby. Lady was agreed to give egg, male was agreed to give sperm, then artificial fertilization in a tray, in vitro fertilization. After fertilization, they decided to transfer it to in a third person, third female's uterus. And agreement was done that we will pay you rent for these services. You may say she gave them services for rented uterus. They agreed, three parties, they agreed on this. But after the birth of that baby, the third lady, she refused to give them back. That I'll not give you back because I have gave birth to that child. They came into the court first, second, third, appellate forums, but unfortunately they loses the case. Then that gentleman approached to Federal Shariat Court and asked them, what is this? Please, you are Federal Shariat Court, please decide what is the status of test tube baby. Then this judgment was produced 2017 FSC page 78, that was published in PLE. In this judgment, Federal Shariat Court asked, please, Advocate Generals of 4 provinces, please come here in the court and assist us. Federal Shariat Court asked 2 religious well-known scholars, please come here and assist us. Everybody came there, and there was a long discussion, arguments, and Federal Shariat Court of Pakistan that finally give decision that you cannot, there are many modes of test tube baby. Suppose husband and wife, natural fertilization. Second, husband, wife, in vitro fertilization, then fertilized embryo that is again transferred into the uterus of wife. Then sperm from a male, egg from a third female, that is quite irrelevant. Third female, you may say that is donor of egg. In some cases, in certain cases, husband, wife. Wife gave egg. Husband is infertile, or maybe some other problem. We get sperm from a third person, that is called donor. Federal Shariat Court says this process of taking sperm from a third person, not a husband, not a wife, you cannot take from donor either egg or sperm. It is strictly prohibited in Islam and in Sharia. In Pakistan, law was laid down that you cannot take sperm, you cannot take egg from donors. Yes, of course, there is a single process that is valid, that is test tube baby's validity, that is best for, that is in certain cases that is permitted in Pakistan, in Sharia, that is, you may take sperm, you may take egg from husband and wife, fertilize into a tray. After fertilization, successful fertilization, embryo is transferred into the uterus of female, that is wife. It is the only way. No other way for fertilization of test tube baby is allowed in Pakistan. I hope you have learned a little about the status of test tube baby and its legal status in Pakistan. Stay blessed and stay connected with us. Thank you very much.